So it's time. It's time for things to change at eBay. And not just one thing, not just two things, but I've actually got more than 10 things that I feel eBay needs to change now. I want to thank you so much for joining me this evening as we run through these interesting but applicable changes that need to happen. I'm joined live with a whole cast of people watching and commenting, and I will be referring to some of their comments as we go through this show. If you want to watch this show live as it happens, please visit us at facebook.com/groups/Pickers Lounge. Description will be, information will be down in the description. So, I've been getting fed up with eBay lately, really fed up, and it doesn't seem like that there's many alternatives. As much as I try and reach out to them, I send them emails, I try and bump them on Facebook and tell them, hey, you need to do this, you need to consider doing that. They're just not listening. So what's the point of this video? It's to get across my 10 biggest gripes that I have with eBay, and hopefully you'll share or tag them in this video, and if we can get enough attention to it, maybe some of these changes will happen. So my first biggest gripe that I have with eBay is the returns process. It is atrocious. I don't understand what happened and why it happened, but the returns process is seemingly coming to a crawl. Everything is taking so long. You have a problem with the buyer, you have to wait 7 days. They get plenty of time to respond. After that, there's another 7 days. Why can't we expedite this process? If a buyer of the item is not responding after 7 days, that's that. Okay, why are we giving them more grace than that? It is our job to sell, it is their job to buy, and it's eBay's job to regulate the process in between. That regulation, we need it, and we need a little more emphasis on the buyer side. Okay, it has to change. The biggest reason why one of my local brands does so well is because we're able to order items for our clients directly straight from eBay. And why are we buying items for our customers from eBay? It's because they don't want to handle the return if there's a problem with their item. So it's not just the buyers that are having issues, or it's not just the sellers that are having issues, it's the buyers as well. Number 2 on my list, this might get a little bit of controversy, but I tell you, I think I make more calls to eBay than most of the people that are going to be watching this video right now. Why? Because a lot of it's minutia. I like having low defects. I hate having returns open on my case. And anytime I see something that doesn't look right, I'm going to be the first one to pick up the phone. Number 2 on my list of things that need to change, it's American representation on the call center. Now, why is this a big deal? Okay, why is this something that bothers me? When I make a phone call to a brand that's responsible for a majority of the income that I make month over month, I want to speak to somebody native to my country, okay? Does that sound horrible? Let's look at the security aspect of it. I'm giving away very, very important information. Sometimes I'm giving away the last 4 digits of my social security. Sometimes I'm giving away my card number. I'm giving away my buyer's info, my address, my phone number. I'm giving away a lot of sensitive information. Sometimes I feel uncomfortable knowing that the person that I'm giving it to is literally on the other side of the world. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that eBay is an overall trusted company and there's a high level of security. But even if we look past that, my secondary concern is the barrier to communication. When I try and work with eBay and I try and have them have empathy with the problem that I'm having, I don't always get that when I'm dealing with somebody from another country. The American lifestyle and the American mentality is completely different than some of the call centers, and some, when I say some, I'm referring to like India and Bangladesh, and this isn't just me picking names as a kind of throwaway. They genuinely have call centers in both India and Bangladesh. I have to explain things that I shouldn't have to explain. Today's issue that I had with my dog training kit to teach your dog how to jump through hoops and jump over ladders and stuff to that effect, I had to explain to them what the item was and explain to them why it was a problem that it was opened even if it wasn't used. It was a very weird scenario because it's a culture shift. It's a culture dynamic, okay? Yeah, and then we even have a comment here too. I'm very good as far as linguistics are concerned, but I can understand strongly why certain people have a difficult time understanding accents from other countries. I've had to ask more than once to be dropped back into queue, and I've asked respectfully. I'll say, sir, if you don't mind, I'm having a difficult time understanding what you're saying right now. If you wouldn't mind placing me back into queue so I may try and get another representative to help me resolve this issue. I shouldn't have to do that, okay? let's bring some, and I don't mean to sound Trumpy here, but let's bring some of those jobs back to America, okay? eBay's making plenty of money. Last time I checked, your Q4 earnings call, numbers are up. We can afford some more American representatives. I don't know how many you need, but I mean, let's get a couple hundred. Give me a 50-50 chance of getting an American rep. I'll be thrilled with that, okay? And I don't mean to drone on this topic, but let's move on to the next one, okay? Stop sending me horrible emails. This is number 3. My note here says upload video content instead of boring text-based newsletters. What am I doing right now, eBay? What am I doing? I'm making a video to talk directly to the people that matter the most to me right now. Your consumers, your buyers, and your sellers. Once a week, put out a video to your buyers. Let me show you how it's done, okay? You ready? Here we go. Welcome to eBay's Buyer Network, where we show you the best deals that we found on eBay this week. Stick around for the next 5 minutes, and we'll show you how you can save some money on some amazing items right here, right now. That's it. That's it. That's all it takes. Make a newsletter for your sellers. Do it in video format. It takes no energy at all. You ready? Here we go. Here we go. What is going on, sellers? My name is Jay. I'm here this week to talk to you about updates and policy changes that are going to be affecting you here in the near future. On top of that, we're going to be looking at some niche items that if you have the opportunity to find in your local area, you could turn a great profit on. We're also going to be looking at some new shipping options too. Fantastic. It's not hard. Produce a 10-minute video to your sellers and a 10-minute video to your buyers each week. What does that do beyond that? One, it keeps them informed. Okay? Informed buyers and sellers make better decisions. 2, it increases your engagement. The more often people are watching your content, the more likely they are to visit your site. Why do I upload a video once a week? Because I enjoy staying engaged with my audience, and I know that they're going to come back if I do it every single week. When was the last time you read one of your own newsletters? What if you're watching this and you're not eBay? You're not 99.9% of you aren't eBay. When was the last time you read a newsletter and truly read it top to bottom like it was important to you in your business? You don't do it. When was the last time you read a seller update? You don't do it. Nobody does it. Nobody wants to do it. I have to do it. It's my job to do it. But make it better for the consumer. It's not that difficult, okay? Up next, eliminate ranged pricing on international listings. This is a killer for me. As a buyer on eBay, when it comes to buying stuff for my store, when I see 99 cents dash $500 on a listing, I skip right by it, okay? Because let's say we have battery packs. Let's say we got these battery packs right here, okay? And they're being sold in China, and the average sale price is $39.99, okay? And the first 500 listings say 99 cents to $39.99. Why is it 99 cents? It's because they're selling a pouch for this, or they're selling a cord for this, and they're able to show the 2 different items on the same listing. Stop allowing it. Stop allowing it now, okay? If an item is going to have variations, the variation should have some tolerance. It shouldn't be a jewel bag next to a $200 watch, a G-Shock watch. Okay? It shouldn't be thumbsticks for a PlayStation 4 controller next to a brand new PlayStation 4 controller. These variations make the buying experience horrendous, especially when you're a business owner attempting to buy inventory for your store. It's the worst thing ever to be able to try and find what you're looking for at the right price. And while I'm on it, if a listing is going to include tax, it should show that in the search. I will skip a listing when I go to checkout if it says I'm going to be charged tax because the next one might be cheaper. This is all a form of pricing manipulation. You know, when you're doing the ranged pricing and you have tax. Rachel Mel here comments, I skip over ranged pricing too. It's so annoying. It is absurdly annoying. I do as well. Ridiculous, says Renee. It is the worst thing ever. Stop allowing it. This goes right into my next one. Stop allowing counterfeit items. You know they're counterfeit, okay? I understand that there's money to be made, okay? There's more than one way to, to make your money, and you're making it hand over fist in multiple different avenues right now. Stop allowing counterfeits. And here's the thing. You say, we're doing everything we can. We've got our trust and safety department on it. We're trying to stop this problem with counterfeiting right now. You're not. You're not. You're allowing it to happen, and you're continuing to make money on it. Look at video games category right now. There should be no new other for video game cartridges, okay? That doesn't exist. That is a made-up usage for fake counterfeit games. Here's another one. PlayStation 3 controllers. Okay? I'll tell you right now. Go online, go on eBay right now, and find me a used PlayStation 3 controller that's authentic. Go online right now and find me a brand new PlayStation 3 controller that's authentic. I dare you to. I spent over an hour, 1 hour, looking for a brand new PlayStation 3 controller that was authentic under a reasonable price point, under $50. I couldn't do it. Why can't I do it? Because there's so many counterfeits that have the exact same packaging as authentics, and I know they're counterfeits because I look at the feedback from the buyers and I look at the product reviews on the product, and they're fake. When I see a PlayStation 3 controller for $19.99, $24.99, that's not possible, okay? How do I know that's not possible? Because that's greater than wholesale pricing from Sony, okay? And you don't have 10,000 units coming from Bangladesh for that type of price. Why should it take an hour for me to find one item for a consumer? And why is the number one listing in the buy box, your new buy box program, why is it counterfeit? This isn't okay, eBay, okay? You have to stop allowing these counterfeit items. Even if you make a ton of money on them, it has to come to a stop. Next one. This is a great one. Permanent logs of my order history, okay? Why should something that I buy 6 months ago, 4 months ago, be gone? I should be able to see these items. If I purchased it at one time, I want to be able to see it still. Now, most people, this isn't going to matter, okay? But I'll tell you 2 reasons why it does matter. 1, I bought something so stupid and so simple recently. It was a brush for my nails, okay? Why do I need one? I'm a rock climber. I get chalk underneath of my nails. I get them underneath of the cuticle bed. I want a brush to be able to get them super clean after I come home. I don't want any gunk underneath of them. It was $1.61. 2 months after I bought the item, I message the buyer or the seller and I say, hey, my item never arrived. What can we do? They say, hey, we'll go ahead and send you out another one. No problem. I say, great. Another 60 days passed. I didn't get my item still. And guess what? It's gone. It's gone. It's off the archive list. It's completely gone. I know what you're saying. Hey, Jay, why don't you just open up a PayPal dispute? Really? Okay. Because in the last 120 days, I've done maybe 2,000 transactions on PayPal. Find me that transaction. I dare you. And then find that transaction and tell me it's worth $1.61. Here's the second reason. You say, Jay, I don't buy nail brushes. I don't have to deal with that problem. Here's reason number 2. Okay. I bought bubble wrap maybe a year ago. It was a really, really good deal. And I really liked the seller. They shipped quickly. The pricing was good. The communication with them, I had a question about my order. Great communication, responded to me within 15 minutes. Okay, I turn around for a second. I'm out of bubble wrap. Okay, time to get some more. Jump on the computer. Who did I buy that bubble wrap from? And they're gone. Why? Why is it gone? Why can't I see critical supplies that I use for my business without having to follow, without having to subscribe? I shouldn't have to do that, okay? I shouldn't expect someone who buys something from me to have to follow and subscribe to my store if they want to buy more of the same stuff, right? It should be a given. Why can't I look at something from a year ago at a glance and be able to click reorder from this seller? It's not that hard, okay? And these changes that I'm talking about, a lot of these changes, okay, some of them cost you money, but this doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost you a red cent. You have to reprogram a couple lines of code and boom, we're there. And I know you guys are right there with me on that one too. It's annoying. It's really annoying. Okay, what else do we got? This is a fun one. This doesn't cost anything either. So sometimes I get an item, and I'm just going to grab something over here. This isn't the item. This is something that I ordered from my shop as well. Sometimes I'll get an item. We got a nice little handful of squishies here, okay? And the item will be wrapped really well. It'll have tissue paper on it, you know, maybe one of those cute little eBay stickers. We'll use some eBay tape. Maybe it'll have a colored thing. I'll get one of those cute cards, you know, one of those business cards. It'll be like, hey, thanks for ordering from our eBay store. Maybe it'll be signed. Maybe it'll have a handwritten note. And I'll look at it and be like, man, that's really nice. They really went above and beyond. And you know what? I got my item in 48 hours. That's impressive. How do I thank the seller? What do I do? I'll tell you what. We need to have a tip option. And I know that sounds crazy. You're thinking to yourself, nobody's ever going to tip. Nobody's going to leave you an extra $1 or $2 for the quality of your work. That's a lie, okay? This is the reason why we have Super Chats. This is the reason why we have Patreon. People will pay for quality. People will pay for that extra step above. It happens all the time. There needs to be an option for buyers to be able to tip sellers. And here's the thing, even if no one uses it at all, ever, this is how it benefits eBay. This is how it helps eBay. It'll increase the standards at which we all hold ourselves accountable to. Okay? If I know when I pack this item up and I send it out to somebody that there's an opportunity for me to earn an extra $1 to $3, cap it at $3 for all I care. Okay? That way we don't have to worry about money laundering. If I can earn an extra $3 for going that extra mile, maybe I include my phone number and says, hey, if you have any problems, call me. Jay, here's my phone number. And I have a chance to earn extra money by going above and beyond for my customer, I'm going to do it. Okay? What if we say screw the monetary system? What if we say the customer can go above, or the buyer can go above and beyond, and they can leave something beyond a 5-star feedback? Okay? Maybe once a month, or twice a month, or once a week, or once every 20 transactions, they have an opportunity to leave an extra thing on your feedback page. Something that says, like a thumbs up symbol, or a special ribbon, a purple ribbon or something that just basically says a buyer felt that this seller went above and beyond this many times over the last year. 100% feedback's great. Top rated feedback is great. Top rated seller plus is great. But little things from, actual buyers that there's limited stock on, that speaks value. Okay? Or even if you say this seller was tipped X amount of times, it's not hard to implement, and it increases the overall quality of everything on eBay. It holds us to a higher standard. Here's my next one. And I know there's a lot of these, and I only got so much salt left in me. Optimize search parameters when looking items up for both buyers and sellers without the punctuation and without the minutia. The number of times that my own item, I couldn't find while on a computer using the search is absurd. When we're talking about extra spacing, extra punctuation, a lack of punctuation, a lack of extra words, the inclusion of extra words. Fix your search. It's not that hard. Google got it right. Yahoo got it right 20 years ago. Alta Vista got it right. Why can't you get your search optimized? I mean, you guys are buddy-buddy with Google. You guys are holding hands as it is already. Fix the search experience. Make it work correctly so that we can find the items that we want. I see now that you have related items after and you have international items after. It's not good enough. Something is still broken. I have people tell me all the time. I have people message me every day. Jay, can you help me find this item on eBay? Okay. And I've got to do these oddball, goofy, foolish searches to be able to try and track down an item. Somebody showed me a Simpsons item the other day. Okay. I knew the material it was made out of. Okay. I knew the color palette that it was. I had an idea of the era that it was from, but it wasn't branded. Okay. And I had to do Simpsons figure 100. Why did I have to do 100? Because it was a production run out of 100. Okay. And even then, I was barely able to stumble across the completed one. It shouldn't be that hard. There has to be a better way to optimize the search. Maybe we can even take it as far as like materials on certain categories. I don't know. It just needs to get better. That's all I have to say on that one. The next one, okay, this goes hand in hand with that search. We're not just talking active search, we're talking completed search. Why does a site like Camel exist? Why does it exist? Those of you who don't know, that site is used and people pay for it to be able to see what the history of a sold item was for years back. Look at a site like price charting, okay? Price charting exists because it archives your sales data. It pulls data from eBay automatically, archives it for years back so that people can get an idea of the value of specific video games. And by specific, I mean every video game ever made. They can value the video games for 10, 15 years back in 3 different condition sets. Okay. Why isn't this available on eBay? Why is it not worth the trouble to you to put it on eBay? Okay. It makes no sense. Because here's the thing. If you can show me a graph, okay, and all I see on the graph is it just going up. It's just the value's just skyrocketing on the item, okay? When I go to list my item, what am I going to do? Am I going to list it for more? Or am I going to list it for less? I'm going to list it for more. Okay, now what happens when that item sells? Guess what? eBay makes more money. The higher the value of the sale, the higher the fees eBay collects. The higher the fees PayPal collects. PayPal could even do it for you if you don't want to do it yourself. It's not hard, okay? I could build software. I could probably spend 30 days and $10,000, and I could build software that could archive every single eBay listing that ever happens, okay? I might not be able to save all the details. I might not be able to save all of the listings, but I could at least give the sellers just a little more information to be a little more informed. And you can't tell me you can't do it. I can look at completed listings 6 months back, but sometimes that's not good enough. What if I have something very unique that is only sold on eBay maybe 5 or 6 times, but because that data is behind a paywall on a third-party site, I can't access it. What happens? I might not list it for the right price. Not only do I make less money, okay, eBay makes less money. And when I make less money, that means I get to buy less things when I go out. I'm thrifting less, I'm yard selling less, and then again, eBay makes even less on the next rotation around. There's no need for it. Okay, I know you guys agree with me as well. Next up, listing templates on mobiles, such presets for things like shipping, handling, and an autofill for descriptions and more. Okay, why can't we optimize the mobile experience already? And this one really bothers me. I don't get what is so hard about creating a dedicated eBay seller app. It is not difficult. You guys update the eBay app as a whole, every 2 months, okay? And you spend millions of dollars on tech plays for things regarding augmented reality, stuff that nobody wants and nobody asks for, and it's not going to make you money. Improve the experience for sellers. Make our job easier. I have a video on eBay of a listing tutorial from 4 years ago. And I go back and I look at it and it makes me angry with how quickly I used to be able to list items and how long it takes me now using an iPad. Why can't we have presets? Why can't I, every single time I click sell one like this, it drops in my autofill description, it drops in the most commonly used shipping option for that item, okay? And just plugs in necessary things like my restocking fee, my return stuff, all kinds of stuff like that. It should easily be included in. And honest to God, that's another thing I didn't even put on my list. The shipping cost and UPCs and MPNs. If I've listed this item, I go to list this item. If 5,000 people have listed this item before me and they've all listed it new, why do I have to enter the UPC in? Why do I have to tell you that an MPN doesn't apply? At what point will eBay software say, hey, 5,000 people have listed this. Let's just go ahead and assume it's the same UPC. It's not that difficult. Okay? I just don't get it. I don't get it. Okay? Next one up. This is a stupid no-brainer. Searching my own inventory on mobile. If I want to browse my store on my mobile device, I cannot search for an item within my own store. So when I have a buyer here and they're interested in an item that I have on eBay, I literally have to get a computer or I have to go in the search box and I have to try and locate my own item. I can't click my active and then search within that. Why is that? Why is that? It's not very hard to add on. And then the last one I have, this is a fun one. This is an easy one, and it's not a hard one. Give me a checklist while listing on mobile, okay? It should say on the right the things that are missing. And as I complete them, it should drop them off, okay? Why is this so important to me? The other day I was listing an item online. I punch in, it's a brand new fresh listing. It wasn't a sell one like this. I punch in what the type of item is. I can't even remember what it was. And I go to list it and it says, hey, we can tell that this item is not in the correct category. It needs to be in this category. And I say, oh, well, okay. If you can tell what category this is in, why aren't you putting it in the category for me? But I digress. I'm like, okay. So I go back and I change the category. And guess what? It didn't prompt me with the category. I had to fish through the tree to find the category that I needed. I said, okay. And then I click list. You know what it says next? It says, hey, you changed categories. We need the condition again. Okay. I go up and I click on the condition. It's brand new. Click, okay, publish. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's a new item. We need the UPC now. Okay, punch in the UPC, go to list. Whoa, 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 whoa. You tried to list this item without an MPN. We need your MPN now. Why is this? Why is this so difficult? Why not have a little thing on the side that says you need this, this, and this before proceeding? And if I need an MPN, why don't you take me straight to the MPN screen? Why do I have to click on things? If I need a UPC, why don't you take me straight to the UPC screen? If I'm in the wrong category, put me in the right category. Say, hey, we think you should be in this category. Click here if you agree. Click here if you disagree. Okay? Help me out a little bit. Help the sellers out. Everyone here on eBay knows the mantra of the customer is always right, that eBay is a place that cares more about its buyers than it cares about its sellers. eBay, I'm calling on you. I've asked people to share this video. I've asked people to tag you in it. I've asked you to, I'm asking anyone from eBay to take a moment and watch this. These are basic frustrations that we're having, and it's 2018 and it needs to come to a stop. Reach out to me, guys. Facebook.com/groups/Pickers Lounge. I'm available. My name's Jay. I own the group, and I'd love to talk with anyone. If you'd love to come on my show, I'd love to have you. Let's change some of these things. Let's get public. Let's make this happen, okay? Thank you for watching.